We better thank people first for the donations that we got so far. Right. Hello and welcome back to The Nerve. Thanks for everyone who's already donated to our cause. That's really good. We really appreciate it so soon into the whole event. Keep it up. Hopefully we can reach the target. Target's currently €5,000. Hopefully we can push beyond that. We've got a couple of stuff lined up in the coming weeks. But right now I'm in Feargal O'Shea's house. He's sitting over here. He's very qualified to be talking to us at the moment. He's won Junior 18-8 in Ireland. He's been to Holmes twice for 2 separate countries. Holmes is an international rowing event, and he's been in the Scottish Senior 8. He's also completed 2 marathons, which is what we're trying to do. So instead of just rambling on, I've brought my phone with my trusty questions attached to it. And we'll start with the first one, I guess, where else is better to start with. So, I guess, what is your background in sport that I haven't just completely talked over?
Took up rowing a couple of years before yourself, 2005 maybe, 2004, and I rowed under Billy Carmody as my first coach. Before that I dabbled in a bit of hurling, a bit of running, a bit of everything, but never really took to any of them. So yeah, I enjoyed the rowing. There's a good social side to it as well, with big crew numbers and all the rest of it. And yeah, since then I've tried a few different things as well: triathlon, swimming, running, cycling.
How's all that going?
Good. So, yeah.
I steered your boat, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you were the first
for
cock.
years. Yeah.
Our first cocks back in. You were.
I would have been 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's mad. You're old.
Getting it. You're following suit.
Yeah. Not too far behind that, aren't you?
No.
So, you said you were training for triathlons and stuff. What's your current training regime? You're a working man. So you're obviously working.
So I work 5-6 days a week. Luckily I don't start till 9:30 in the morning, so it kind of gives me a bit of time to either train before or finish at 6:30, so I can train after work as well. So at the moment I'm swimming maybe 2-3 mornings a week, and then
whereabouts you swim?
UL with the Tri Club, and then I run maybe 2 evenings a week, and then Saturday Sunday tends to be kind of long cycles.
What's a long cycle?
I suppose at the moment I was hoping to do the Wicklow 200 the start of June, so that's 200 kilometers. So myself and Aidan McAvoy went, and Jack Leeson, and actually Aidan's fiance did the Ring of Bear there on Sunday. That was 110 kilometers, so it was 4 hours.
4 hours. So you're planning on what, 6.5
or
7 hours?
It'll be 7 hours for the Wicklow. Yeah.
You're hoping.
Yeah, well, avoiding punctures and
the
rest, yeah.
That's fairly good going. So I suppose we'll get into the kind of nitty gritty about training and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever kind of, I know you for a long time, so was there ever a point where you were training along and then you just stopped like I did?
Well, you see, no. let's be honest.
Damn it.
No. I kind of, for me, it's more a way of life. I just, every day I feel I have to achieve something in terms of exercise. So whether it's 20 minutes core or an hour's run or a 3-hour cycle, it doesn't really matter, as long as I achieve something most days I'm happy. So I never really took a break from it. I took a break from rowing, obviously, because I wasn't always near a river. So as soon as I started working, I had to find something else because I was on the road quite a lot. So as soon as rowing stopped, I got into running marathons. That's kind of how it all started for me. It was the best of a bad bunch. I didn't have any choice really, because I was spending half my working week in the car. So it's easy to pack a pair of trainers into your boot. It's hard to pack a boat and find a river to row, or even to pack a bike when you've got a full working day and it's dark when you come out of the office. So I kind of took up running then just to stay skinny, because I was living in hotels all week and eating hotel dinners, and I kind of figured, right, if I don't start doing a bit of running, I'll start packing on the pounds. So that was 2011 2010 would have been the time I took up the running, and I had actually rode lightweight the year before, so I was down to 70 kilos anyway.
Alright.
So I hadn't a pick on me, and to make weight I used to do a lot of like 2-hour runs to try and sweat off and lose the extra few kilos to get down to 70, because I naturally sit at about 80-85, so I had about 10 kilos to lose.
Down,
so,
basically.
yeah, so as soon as I finished lightweight and started going on the road, I kind of figured it'd be a good time to do a marathon, because I'll never get to this weight again. I'll fucking bounce around the 26 miles. So I managed to rope a few of the guys in, including Jack Leeson again and a few friends from Scotland, and we signed up to Amsterdam in 2011.
So for your first marathon, you flew over to Amsterdam, ran a marathon in Amsterdam.
Yeah, so we ended up, we planned the weekend of it. So the marathon was on the Sunday, so we flew over Friday, took in the old Van Gogh Museum, the old Heineken Museum.
I bet you did, yeah. Where else did you go?
Well, our nutrition. When it comes to nutrition now, I'll give you sounder advice, but the night before, I think we had a McDonald's for dinner.
Yeah. That's my next question.
Super size.
Sounds great prep for the marathon, so.
Not ideal, but sure. We got round. That's the thing about doing them abroad, actually. Like, at least if you're at home, you get your home cooked dinners at your own bed. You know, home comforts. Whereas, yeah, thinking about it, if I was doing it again, I think I'd probably stay local just for the.
Yeah.
It's a not to be said for.
I suppose we come back to your diet since you just made yourself out to be McDonald's eater, like.
Well, you saw my dinner there, bowl of ready bread.
Bowl of rice, yeah, he had a bowl of cereal for his dinner.
No, I don't live at home anymore, so.
I still have that luxury.
Right.
So my question was whether you slip up or not. So obviously.
Not it. So. Depends what your class is slipping up, I suppose.
So like, when you're basically going through your week, like, you know, do you?
Yeah. So no,
Are you
I think
human?
the key to it all is just being organised. Like, you have to do your shopping, make your shopping list, and know what you're going to eat for the week. So on Sunday, I always know that Tuesday I'm going to have ready break. No, I normally do my week shopping on a Sunday, right? And I'd like the night before I go to bed, or every night before I go to bed, I'd steep my oats and have porridge every morning for breakfast. I bring a packed lunch with me every day to work, because I don't get lunch breaks, because in pharmacy you can't close the shop to go for lunch, so I just kind of pop up for 20 minutes and.
Yeah.
So
we forgot to mention that Feargal is actually a pharmacist as well. So.
I bring lunch with me, and I kind of tend to make my own brown bread and everything.
Make your own brown bread.
Yeah.
So you're working a pharmacy job, running marathons, and making your own brown bread at the same time.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting into the old
bacon. We're doing a video here, John. Bacon video after this, like.
I'm trying to sell myself here.
Yes. Feargal O'Shea, Baker Extreme.
So yeah.
So like, if you had any advice for us, like where should we start?
Diet's
like
going to be a big part of your training plan, I'd imagine, because obviously you need fuel for what you're doing, and you probably want to lose a bit of weight in the process, you were saying.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, just you're gonna have to be organised, because you're not gonna be able to quit your job to do this, so you're gonna have to work your full hours, and you're gonna have to fit training in and plan to eat well. So it's gonna be a tough few months for you, I would say, but
it's basically turning your entire way of life around. Essentially, like
but you know you've been there before.
I've done it like
Road to a high level.
Done hockey before as well. We're not new to it,
So,
but
Completely new. It's just been a very long time.
You know what it takes. So
about 6
I
years.
mean, like you'd be stupid not to kind of look at your diet as well, because they go well together, and to optimize, even just to finish it. I don't know what your target is yet, but even just to get around, just the lighter you are, the easier it is, because 42k is a long way to go if you're carrying any kind of extra weight. So
the goal is to finish with running the entire thing. That's the main goal, and if we can get it down, to a reasonable time, average time, I guess that would be.
Do you have intermediate goals, kind of things, small targets along the way?
Yeah, so
basically
this week
it's 10k by the end of the month, and then 20 by the end of next month, because it'll be 4 months, and it's 40 odd kilometres, like, so it's kind of getting up by 10k
I would
month
realistically say a month before you want to be at the 40k.
Yeah, well, we're hoping that would be faster.
Like really, you won't run 42k in training, but you'd want to be a month before. You'd want to be kind of where you want to be. Like you'd want to do 2, maybe even 3 long runs before you ever get to the start line, and those long runs would need to be 35k at least, and you'd want to be like I said, doing these 2 of them.
Cool.
Just to know you can get there, because if you get to 35, you can get to 42.
Yeah.
So 35 and say it's 3 months from now, so we need to be doing 35 in 3 months.
What date's the run?
The 3rd of September.
3rd of September. So I'd say you'll do your last long run probably around the 15th, 20th of August.
Cool. Realistically
the 15th. I'd say the middle of August will be your last long run. So by the end of July you'd want to be up to scratch. So you have 3 months there. You have half a May left. June, July. So you'll
hopefully
get there.
we can plough through it.
You haven't set yourselves an easy task, that's for sure.
Yeah, apparently we've also selected the second hardest run in the entirety of Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, Kerry's no
joke.
No flat land.
I'm going to interrupt us there for a second. Are you good for time?
We have 5 minutes before those ones will go.
Okay. So we've talked about the training as we go through it. You've basically set a reasonably decent goal for us in 3 months' time. Have you ever been injured?
Yes, I'm actually just recovering from injury myself. I tore my calf in training I was signed up for a half marathon in Inverness in Scotland. Again, another hilly part of the world. And about 2 weeks before, I went from doing maybe 10k 3 times a week, and I went off and ran 21k, a full half marathon up over Cratloe from here, and got through it fine. But about 3 days later, I went to run again, and my calf just said no. So and that took me about 2 months now to get back to running any kind of distance again. So
when we're training, like
small increments. Don't go from doing 10k to doing 20k, to 30k. You need to.
They basically write us off if we were to injure ourselves at this point, like.
Yeah, I mean, especially running, because it's hard surfaces. You're pounding the pavements, it's hard on the legs, and obviously if you're carrying a bit of weight, it's more impact. So you just gotta mind yourself, stretch, do your core exercises. Every time you run, you need to be stretching and doing core stability, because when you get tired halfway through a marathon, first thing to go is your posture, and that's where injuries come from. So if you can hold your core strong, your posture will stay strong, and hopefully avoid injury that way.
Brilliant. So basically we just talked about running 35k and avoiding horrible injury that would have put you out for 2 months. Why do the marathon at all? Like if you're running it, like why did you run it? Is it just for The sake of doing? Did you like?
Well, there's a great sense of achievement to be got from it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reason I do it is so I can eat whatever I want as well. I don't have to feel guilty about having that bit of dessert or extra bit for dinner, you know. And it's just great to be outdoors, fresh air.
So when you're coming up to the finish line, like, what does it feel like then to just kind of stop after a 42k?
Even with until the last 100 meters, you don't know if you're gonna finish it. Like for me anyway, I found, because on my second marathon I chose Limerick here to do it, and my target was to break 3 hours, and I got to 20 miles feeling good on target, and I think a lot of it came down to actually my nutrition on the day. I hadn't planned it too well, and I just hit the wall, and literally I had my mum on the bike beside me and I was 1 foot in front of the other, and she said she couldn't even look at me, like it was just torture. And like even though like the St. Michael's guys were all on the course marshalling, so they kept encouraging me, but until I saw the finish line with 100 meters to go, I did not think I was going to finish it. So until you cross that line, it's a great relief, great sense of relief and achievement when you come round, but you're never going to feel good after running 42 km. Like, so.
I don't know, he's making me feel like super nervous about this whole thing now. There's no backing out anymore for a go. So we're back again after changing out our memory cards. So we've talked about the marathon, we've talked about the training and the eating. Now we're running for MS.
Yes.
Right? So are you aware of what MS is? Oh, you should be a pharmacist, right?
Yeah, do it quite regularly.
So we explained what MS was a small bit in our last video. It's a disease that attacks the myelin sheet in your nervous system, and then it slows electrical signals from your brain to your muscles, which eventually degrades your ability to, or your way of life, I guess. And it can be anything from your mental status to actual physical walking around and talking and stuff. With that in mind, do you think, like, these are going to be slightly harder questions, I guess. Do you think that people with MS should tell other people that they have disease? Because it's not like it's going to get any better over time. You know, it's a progressive disease. It's going to get worse as they age or as they get hit with relapses. So do you think it's something they should tell people, or do you think it's something they should kind of deal with on their own until a certain point or whatever?
I suppose every patient's different. Like, we all deal with things differently. Some people will be quite open about these things, and other people for keeping it to themselves. So like any illness, I think it's really up to the patient how they feel is best to deal with it. But I mean, there's no point in, like, it's nothing to be ashamed of, if that's what you mean. I think, you know.
Well, let me. I suppose I could rephrase the question a small bit. So, like, would it be better for them to possibly, like,
to raise awareness? Is not, like, you know, if by increasing awareness, you'll increase funding, you'll increase prognosis, you'll increase, like, you know, diagnosis and treatment options and everything. So I think the more people know about it, like, it can't do any harm. Yeah.
So even as a way of life, you know, if you're trying to hide, that has to impact your life at some point. Like, you know, if you're trying to hide something for an extended period of time,
it's going to eat away at you. It's better, like any illness. I think being open about it is the way forward.
Yeah.
And getting help and yeah.
So do you think, passing over that question, do you think people should avail of all the physiotherapy options that are available to them in the local areas?
Yeah, of course, definitely. Plenty of treatment options, and physiotherapy is quite an important one when you have a disease like multiple sclerosis, because it does affect your motor function, your muscles. You get muscle wastage, you get spasticity, you'll get stiffness. So physios would be of huge help when it comes to kind of rehab or even just slowing the progression of the disease, I'd imagine.
The UL physios are the ones that are currently helping people in the Midwest section of the MS organisation. So if you're looking for information about that, you can contact MS Ireland Midwestern branch, and they'll tell you the dates and times that the physio is on. There's actually one this Monday, if anyone's interested in going to that, get in contact. So what do you think overall someone with the disease could do in their life to improve, you know, their well-being, you know, that we haven't already talked about, I guess, you know?
Yeah, but I suppose a lot of it comes down, in my opinion, again, just the attitude. I mean, if you give up and give in to the disease, then, you know, it's not going to do you any favours, I think. Yeah. Like cancer, obviously it's not a fatal illness like cancer is, so but like anything, if you take a positive attitude towards it and not let it overtake you, then it's, you know, like I'd say it would be of huge benefit to like just get out there and get on with your life, because it's debilitating, but like I said, it's not fatal, so
yeah,
as much as it allows, you're better getting out there and getting on with
day-to-day tasks.
Well, just get on with it and obviously deal with it as it comes, because obviously there's different types of MS as well. So, but those with the what's it called? Something remission. The most common type is. I hope you're cutting this out. Out of here. Written down somewhere. Relapse remission. Those with relapse remission MS, you know, they don't know when they're gonna relapse again. So obviously, if they take the right attitude and just get on with things, then they might prolong the remission. And obviously, like mental health can be affected by this as well. So it's worth looking after your mental health as well as your physical health when you're suffering from MS.
That's great. Those are all great answers, and we'll have other people interviewed as well, so you'll be able to look at all the videos in the future and get the answers to these questions as well from other sources. But I can't imagine much of their answers will be different to the ones you've already supplied us with. To be honest, they were all great answers to very difficult questions. So with our hard part of the interview over, can we do some exercises, I guess?
That's my phone ringing, sorry.
His phone is ringing during an interview. A very important interview. Come on.
Right, so exercises.
Yeah.
I'll just turn that off.